Jumbo everybody, in today's video I have a Disney Q&A as well as a giveaway. I just got back from the Walt Disney World Resort. We had a fantastic time and I was really feeling the Disney blues when we were leaving the boardwalk and starting our trip home. So I wanted to have a creative outlet, a way to expel that Disney blues to help me pass the time until our next Walt Disney World trip. So what I have decided to do is I have created a Spreadshirt shop full of Disney inspired quotes and little inside jokes and things like that that are only for pretty much the crazy Disney World fanatics that I know many of you guys are. So here is the giveaway. I am giving away one of my Spreadshirt shop shirts to one of you guys, the shirt of your choice from my shop. It's completely up to you, fair game. So all you need to do is you have 1 week from today, which is October the 6th. So you have until October the 13th at noon Eastern time to share the favorite shirt of yours from my Spreadshirt shop on any social media that you have. So it could be Pinterest or Facebook or Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. It's all fair game. So all you need to do is to share the link to your favorite shirt from my Spreadshirt shop on any of your social media outlets and leave a comment below this video letting me know what shirt you shared and what social media website you shared it on. If you share it on 3 social media pages, leave 1 comment below for each of those pages and you'll get 3 entries. All right. So you have again until Thursday, October the 13th at noon Eastern to share your favorite shirt on your social media outlet. Let me know in a comment below and you'll be entered to win 1 shirt of your choice from my shop. All right, so let's get into the questions. I'm going to start with Instagram here. So Pearls Caribbean, hello. Just want to say hi to you. You didn't ask a question, that's okay. Ashley N97 asks, what's your favorite snack to get at any of the parks? It's funny because my snack tendencies have changed now. So before I was gluten-free, I would really like to get the little gummy snacks, which might be gluten-free, I don't know, at the Japan Pavilion. They weren't high chews, but they were like right next to those. It was like a pack of, like a multi-pack of like little gummy candies. I don't know. I really liked those at the time. That was back in 2006, 2007, 2008. In 2010, my favorite snack that they don't carry anymore, I don't think, was a prepackaged cookie called Divvies, and they are not gluten-free, but they are a vegan cookie, and they were really pretty delicious. Once we were gluten-free in 2011 through 2013, and even through last year, our favorite snack was the No Way Jose Sundae, which is at Beaches and Cream at the Beach Club. It's really good and it is gluten-free. We won't eat it now because we're not eating dairy at the moment, or peanuts, or really any much of processed foods at all. But it was vanilla ice cream with a peanut butter like drizzle and a chocolate drizzle with peanuts and whipped cream and I think a cherry on top. Is that it? Yeah. And it's shareable. I mean, this thing is enormous. It's absolutely massive. So love that. Now, I can be a little more flexible on my diet. Mr. Simple Life cannot. But for me, I would totally get anything at Erin McKenna's NYC. It's a gluten-free bakery at downtown Disney, and they also have some stuff in the parks and at various resorts. I really like the mini brownie cupcakes. I guess they're called brownie cupcakes. They're little brownie bites that are 4 different flavors. They have a chocolate vanilla, a chocolate mint, a chocolate, and a chocolate coffee, I think, if I'm remembering right. Absolutely wonderful and just like a great little portable snack. They have everything is good there. But on our past trip, we just got back, you know, and the only snack that we actually had in the parks were bananas. We got bananas from the Liberty Square Market a couple of times. Peekaboo Cafe had bananas too, so that was the only snack that we were able to eat at this point during our trip. But thank you, Disney, for having bananas. And they were the most delicious bananas when you're super duper hungry. They tasted amazing. Alrighty, going on here. Mike Karsti says, what former Walt Disney World attraction would you bring back? This is a tough question. I would probably bring back Maelstrom. we saw the new Frozen ride, and that's at Norway at Epcot. For some of you guys who don't know, I know Mike knows this. And we waited an hour. The ride's about 3 minutes. Would I do it again? I wouldn't do it again. I miss the Maelstrom, like the old school, old Norway boat ride. I do. I miss it. I would probably bring that one back. Yep. If I could pick a second one, it would be next door in Mexico, El Rio del Tiempo, because the Three Caballeros, I love that ride, but I liked the old one better, so I'm a purist or something, I don't know. So that's what I would bring back. Alrighty, so now Jessica Lehman, and I don't know, is it LuLaRoe? I don't know. I'm not sure. What is your favorite resort to stay at? What resort is on your Walt Disney World bucket list? So my favorite resort to stay at Disney is the Boardwalk, just because I love the ambiance of the Boardwalk. The theming is just beautiful, and it is a hop, skip, and a jump to Epcot. Plus, it is very inexpensive to stay there if you rent Disney Vacation Club points 7 to 11 months in advance, and you can get a standard view studio. Super inexpensive comparatively to where you would stay around that lake there. So thus far, I think that's my favorite. I've really liked staying at Old Key West as well, because the rooms are just enormous, and those are pretty well priced Disney Vacation Club hotels as well if you rent points. Yeah, I think those thus far have been my two favorites. We've stayed at Saratoga Springs, as well as like all of the values like Pop Century and All Star Movies and Music, and the Walt Disney World Swan, and I like the Swan too, but I just like the space of the Disney Vacation Club hotels, so I think Boardwalk and Old Key West are my two favorites. On my bucket list, I'd like to stay on the monorail loop. I've never actually stayed on the monorail before. So we were looking into, when we were planning our trip for September, in staying at either Bay Lake Towers or at the Polynesian, because there's DVC rooms at both of those. And I think between the two, I would probably elect the Polynesian. But Bay Lake is right up there. And I think the next one, though, that we really want to stay at is the Beach Club. Beach Club is a little more expensive for their rooms, but man, being right like a bush away from the entrance of the World Showcase, they call it the International Gateway, like right there, you just walk right into the back of Epcot. So nice. So I think Beach Club's going to be number one, and then Bay Lake or Polynesian is going to be tied for second place. Alrighty, Barbieri6 asks, what would you consider a perfect Disney day? And has Mr. Simple Life ever been that guy? I don't know what that guy means. I'm assuming he probably has not been that guy, because I'm not sure what that is. The perfect Disney day, we actually had a different touring strategy this past time. So we had extra considerations that we were accommodating. And what worked really well for us is we didn't do parks until dinner time or after. So during the early part of the day, we slept in, just got up whenever. And then for like the heat of the day, September's still really hot at Disney, you know, and the sun gets on you, and then it rains at like 3 o'clock. Just as a thing. So we did just hanging out in the resorts. I did laundry and cooked and did things like that. We went to the grocery a couple times. And we resort hopped. We hung out at the Grand Floridian, watched the band and the pianist play. We went to the Polynesian, hung out there, went to Wilderness Lodge and hung out there. And it's just nice to take in all those details, have a really calm, relaxing first part of the day, and then get dinner, get ready to go, and then go to the parks. And we didn't break a sweat at all, because we were not out in the heat of the day, you know? It was just so nice going in the evening. We took advantage of the evening extra magic hours and Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. So we were in the parks from like pretty much once that magic hour happens, you know, like almost sunset through, you know, midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and it just worked out great. The crowds were a lot less, the rain had already moved out, and it was a lot cooler, and it made for a better experience. So Did I answer that question? I don't know. I'm just kind of going off on a tangent. I guess my ideal Disney day would be staying at the beach club, walking to Epcot, having it be cloudy and nice and cool with very low crowds. When does that ever happen? I don't know. And just having a leisurely walk through World Showcase and, you know, riding Test Track and Soarin' and all those favorite rides of mine at Epcot. Just, you know, not rushing around. We did that for plenty of years, and it's time for us to take the pace down a notch. You know, we're not going to see and do everything. That's okay. And, you know, just take our own little slow pace there. All right, so Alyssa, is it Glane or G Lane? I don't know. Do you have any tips for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party? My husband and I are going to our first one at the end of the month. Yes, I do. So we went and did Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party on the first full day that we were there. It was our first time being there. I had read up on it and I kind of knew what to expect. So what we did is we dressed up smartly. It's fun wearing costumes because you get comments from other guests and you get comments from cast members once they figure out like what your costume is. There's some people that you're just like, what are they? I don't know what they're doing. For us, my husband and I were pretty obvious, but I have the shirts right here. I made shirts out of iron-on decals and my printer, and well, I'm just gonna hold them up. Do you know what we were? Okay, there's hint 1. Here is hint 2. These are kind of wrinkled now, but any ideas? So yes, we were the Walt Disney World Swan and Dolphin. That's what we went as. So this was my shirt. I was the swan and I had teal shorts, and my husband was the dolphin with coral shorts with little anchors on them. And everybody knew as soon as we walked in the parks. They were like, oh my gosh, your outfit is so cute. Or some people, we would hear them whispering, they're the swan and dolphin. They're the swan and dolphin. It was just so funny. So it was shorts and a t-shirt. It was kind of Disney bounding. And it just worked out great because it was a costume, but it was a practical costume. So it did sprinkle on us a little bit. It was absolutely fine. It was shorts and a t-shirt. It didn't really matter. We were comfortable and cool feeling. Like it wasn't super hot. It wasn't cumbersome. It just worked out really well. So dressing up practically is a tip for you guys. You can enter the park at 4 o'clock if you want to with your Not So Scary Halloween party ticket. And if you want to do that, you can also make up to 3 fast passes for the time between 4 o'clock and 7 o'clock. So a fast pass for 4 to 5, 5 to 6, and then one for 6 to 7 on that ticket. It was super duper crowded when we got there at 4. Like I had never seen the crowds like that before. And the reason for that was because they were holding us at the little guard bag check and metal detector entrance, and so it just took a really long time to get everybody through because they were being a little more thorough because people were in costumes and bringing in more things than normal, like lightsabers and things. So they were being very thorough with their checking, and then they funneled all of us and tons of people through one side of the little ticket checker thing, and then you'd go get your wristband and then you could go in and enjoy the park. So from the time that we got off of the boat, the big Joe Potter boat, through security, through the entrance of the Magic Kingdom, it took us a good solid 45 minutes, which was crazy. We missed our first fast pass. We went and did Seven Dwarfs Mine Train though. That worked out great. So that's one thing to kind of consider. You can get in at 4 o'clock. Should you get in at 4 o'clock? I probably would not. If I was going to like the Christmas party or Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party again, I would really seriously consider waiting until the park actually closes to everybody else and is just open to the Halloween goers, because it was just, I mean, it took so much time, and it was time that didn't need to be spent. So just a little tip there. Also see the second parade, the second castle show, the second fireworks, just because the crowds will be a lot less at that point. And if you want to see those characters like Jack and Sally or the Seven Dwarves or any of like the specialty characters that are out, get in line for them first. Spend the first little bit of the Halloween party waiting for that, and then go do your trick-or-treating and ride some rides, and then, you know, get your spot for the second shows. And I think you'll have a really good time. We enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the Halloween party. since we got there at 4 o'clock, we spent 5 hours in the park, and we were like pretty much fizzled and done by 9 o'clock. So we didn't even get to like spend the rest of the time there. We were like, this is our first day, if we're gonna have enough stamina for the rest of the week, we should probably get going. So, you know, I would totally probably not even arrive until 7 o'clock if I did it again, but to each his own, you know. All right, going on. AD Disney Lover asks, what is your favorite show to watch at Walt Disney World? My favorite show, I really like Illuminations, and my favorite place to watch Illuminations, this is like a little secret to you guys that nobody goes to, the Stave Church at Norway. You can stand on those steps in the Stave Church, like by the entrance, where like the doors open and stuff, and you get nobody around you, and you get a really good view of the fireworks like right in front of you. There's a tree kind of off to the left that you have to, you know, just kind of like look around a little bit, but it can get really crowded around World Showcase at Epcot, and so having that kind of extra space is just such a nice thing. So stand on the steps of the Stave Church, and you won't have anybody around you. So my last question is from Facebook, and this is from Meredith Hudson, and she asks, I would like to know, how does Disneyland and Disney World differ, and why do you prefer Disney World? So Disneyland is out in Anaheim, California, and Disney World is in Lake Buena Vista, Florida, which is like Orlando, Central Florida. And from my house, I have a direct flight to Disney World. It's an hour and 50 minutes, sometimes an hour and 45 minutes, depending on how the wind is going. Out to Anaheim, it would take me 5 hours of flight time if it was a direct flight. So that's quite a considerable amount additional flying time. Also, Disneyland is quite a bit smaller. They have 2 parks. They have Disneyland, and then they have Disney's California Adventure, whereas Disney World has 4 parks, Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, Epcot, and the Magic Kingdom. And so, and many more hotels that are on property. And it's such much more of an immersive experience from what I understand. I've never actually been to Disneyland. It's on my bucket list. I will be going at some point. But, you know, there are only, I think, 3 on-site hotels at Disneyland, and then everything is like a Good Neighbor hotel across the street. Where at Disney World, there used to be 19. Now there's like 20 some. And it's just so... Once you get on Disney property, it's just magical all around. And we just love it. We went to Disney World. My husband and I went as kids, you know, separately. And then we went on our honeymoon, and that was in a long time ago, 10 years ago. And so we've been almost every year or twice a year since then. And it's just, I don't know, it's my happy place. I love it. That's why I created the Spreadshirt Shop, because I just love Disney World. It is on my brain all the time, and people who have been bitten by the Mickey Mouse or Disney bug know that it is just, I don't know, it's a home away from home, and I absolutely love it, and nothing compares. Their service, everything, the theming, it's just my happy place. All right, guys, well, that is it for the questions. Thank you guys for submitting your questions on Instagram and on Facebook. Be sure to enter my Spreadshirt giveaway. It's super easy. All the information is in the description bar below, as well as the shop link, so you guys can, you know, take a look at some shirts, see if there's anything that you guys would want for your next upcoming Disney trip, or if you know somebody that's going, give them a shirt. I don't know. I'll be getting some myself. I'm so excited for them to arrive in the mail. I can't wait. If you haven't already and you'd like to, hit that button down below, subscribe so you never miss a Daily Dreamland video. Kiss someone you love today, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Ciao.